I didn't enjoy my 20s because hii ndio time nilikuwa nafaa kuwa na explore, you know, na write, you know, my career, you know, I go for these girl trips, bado kama naweza vaa bikini hiyo time because mto sina stretch marks. Yeah, the things, honestly, if I could have waited a bit longer, but ilikuja tu hivi, sure, nikasema it's okay, it's here. Sasa ndio tunatengeneza mwili turudi.
Please, uko sawa, mtu asikuambie kitu.
Mimi niko sawa. Mimi najua niko sawa.
Uko sawa. Please define explore.
Yes.
Please. Ndio mtu asi miss out. Please define explore.
You know me, I'm a lawyer. We have to be specific. Yeah?
Yes.
What do you mean explore?
Hapo kwa I miss my 20s. Ningefanya hivi, ni explore. It's not ni explore, ni
okay.
explore. Yes.
Okay. So kuna watu wako tu lucky. Unapata mtu amepatana na mtu wake, walianza na high school.
Yes.
Wakabebana kama mtu stataja, unapata watoto watatu, alafu ana meet the love of his life.
Yes.
Later. What I mean is, when you're even dating, even if it's one person, I think go through the stages, because we all know how honeymoon stage inakuanga.
Yes.
Hey, mnapendana na mtu, before you know it, move in pamoja. After 6 months to a year, you're like,
unajiita mkutano.
Sasa huyu mbona anachiwingi hivi?
Kuchiu gani? You are a lawyer.
Yes. Yote. Unasema, hata fadhali ninge nini, you know. But like, I think I was telling you this earlier, even right now, my priorities in terms of the person I'd want to settle down with, mi nataka beshte yangu, unajua? Mtu nitakuwa tunajuana in a way beyond this, ni karembo, date ya kwanza, tunaenda Java, tunaenda Maldives, jui nini. Then when reality checks in, you're like, guy, kuna Instagram buddy,
No, in short, you want to settle down with mtu umefriend zone.
Yani, afadhali. You know, there's some respect. Let me tell you, take your time to know a person so that you can also know. Kuna vitu deeper tena. Ujue ametoka familia inakaa waaje, hujui vitu ziko huko, hata even genetic illnesses, you know. Usiogope kuuliza mtu. And then when you're with a person, have uncomfortable conversations. Muulize nyi wote wawili, unajiona hapo kwa in the next 5 years do zako zinakaaje, tuna save up to how much, na tunanunua gari gani, unataka tuishi wapi. Kuna uncomfortable questions we avoid and they come to zinakuja in case nikiongelesha nani hiyo itafanya tuachane, ama naweza ongelesha mtu and it's not a deal breaker. Because kuna mtu mwingine ukichat na mtu maybe kwa Instagram, it's a deal breaker, you're cheating on me. But kuna mtu mwingine ako easy, wadema na kuongelesha, ni sawa, ama uchale amekuangalia, ni sawa, we ni wangu, acha tu akuangalie. Like, you have to define things and it takes time. So if you can master that, I feel there would be more success. Hence the exploring.
Okay. It's basically, don't get excited before you understand the depth of what you're getting into.
Thank you. Kuna excitement mob, before you know it. Hata unaona mtu amekaa na mtu 15 years, hajui hata anafanyanga nini. Mtu anakuja anachukuliwa na makarao, ni mtu wa wash. Unakuwa na dem, hujui anafanyanga nini. Ukiingia kwa room yake jioni, ukitoka si ni mama umeacha, anapata ako na studio kwa nyumba, hujui anafanya nini. You have to know your person.
You have to. Okay. Sawa. And I think let me Pia when you look in retrospect, kuna watu wanasemanga ati you need to put together things. Ati kuna mahali unaangalianga ukirudi nyuma unasema makosa ilifanyikia hapa, right? Do you get to some place where because do you get to the level you feel like manze inge work at only if I did this or if I did that. Ama you live by the creed of I learned from this, I'm going to do different this time.
Absolutely. Both happens, even anyone here who's been in a relationship, kuna time inafikanga unasema kai, by the way, kuna kakitu hata mimi nilifanya, although we are always blaming the other person,
Yes.
But if you're honest with yourself na useme enyewe nilikuwa na shida ya like I used to have abandonment issues. So nikiona kama mtu anaenda kuniacha ndio nataka kumshikilia, but I didn't know it was a bad thing. But then afterwards, msendike hiyo kwa nini kwa then afterwards, when I got now a chance to learn what my issues were, it was easier because now I'm like, let me deal with this. So that in case next time ni fight na mtu, sifikiria ananiacha. Fight happens. Ataenda azurure, arudi hapa.
How does one know the issues zinakusumbua? Na please tell us how ulifika ukalan that uko na abandonment issues and this is how you deal with it.
Hey, so this thing starts from the very beginning. Kutoka ukuwa mtoi, there are things that you still do today that started when you were a kid. For me, I approached it head on. Therapy. Nikaenda kwa therapist kuna vile wanakutoanisha nanga, wanakuuliza how did you grow up? Was your mom in your life? Then unakumbuka but then mother alikuwa na disappear for 3 months, anarudi hata na sawa anaitwa mother, nilikuwa namuita auntie. Point number 1, then you realize kumbe na acting in a certain way juu nilikuwa naogopa. Haya, moving forward, maybe unapata hizo patterns uko nazo kwa mtoi unazileta into adulthood. So unapata maybe hata dem hata chali, maybe you're not receiving that love. So the minute unapata mtu tu anakuambia I love you, unasema ndio hiyo imeenda. Unaingia.
Yes.
Then after some time unapata tena it's not working. Then if you don't deal with it, cycle inaendelea. Hence unapatanga kuna time unajiulizanga kwani may I attract just cycles, ama na attract watu wana cheat, ama na attract mse fulani. You have to check why you attract that kind of a person until you deal with yourself such that when you fix all your issues, and I really advocate for therapy, ukideal na hizo issues, whoever comes around you, hata unapata una-attract mtu, mna vibe.
You can tell.
Ni kama utoke kwa hao asubuhi uko na mahasira. Hiyo siku utashinda umekasirikiana na kila mtu the whole day. But kama umetoka kwa hao uko poa, uko na raha, hata mtu akikukanyanga you're like ni sawa.
Mtu akikukanyanga. Now so Liko, are you trying to say if hizo vitu zimetuhapenia from childhood as they project in your adulthood, so unaweza pata kuna mse unakatia anakosa kuingia box not because you are not their type but because of how they were raised.
Exactly. I'll give an example. I wouldn't say I was watching a show of this girl and it's a very unfortunate story. Same thing. Mamake akampata, akampeleka kwa shosho. So, because a kid craves a mom's love or even a father's love, eventually akajiforce, akasema mom, we have to go together. So, kufika kwa huyu mama wake alikuwa na boyfriend. But because this girl has never had a male figure telling her, I love you, the boyfriend took advantage of this girl. And unfortunately, it didn't go very well. In fact, at some point, the mom passed away. But now, she's 29, but she struggles. In fact, she says, every time I meet very nice guys, but nikiona kukienda vizuri hivi, I have to sabotage. namaliza cause I feel like ataniacha siku moja, atamka aniache. The same way men in my life will be, ama akiona akipendwa, she's not sure ananipenda juu anataka kunitake advantage ama ananipenda cause ananipenda. You see?
Okay.
It started from childhood.
Sawa. It's very eye-opening that you learned he na he.
Yes,
Sindio?
yes.
Do you feel like that level of consciousness would have played a part if you had known, of course you explain it, but that's the knowing yourself that much is what determines how your life has turned out. That's your peke yake.
By far. If I knew what I know, tungekuwa tunaongea story ingine.
For real?
For real.
Now we are here, right?
Yes.
What are the limitations sasa you deal with in your personal experience? Zenye unaweza ambia mtu, by the way, have dealt with this, but here's how I think it should go.
Okay.
Yes.
That's a very good question.
Thank you.
So first of all, I think we were even talking earlier about filtering, yeah? Because you know exactly what you want, unapata ukifilter watu, you know hawata add value kabisa. Maybe kuna mse anakukumbukanga tu after 8 ama 9 ni kama agent wa nini wa usiku. Hiyo ndio time anakupigia sasa.
Hiyo ni red flag.
Sana. Imagine mtu hakupigiangi the whole day, but saa 3 saa 4 usiku ndio anakukumbuka. Hey, what are you doing? You're like, you know, I'm a mother. Niko kwa hao. Unataka nianze kwanza saa hiyo nini nakuanga na pajamas nianze kutoa pajamas, nivae, nipake foundation na wanja, nitoke tuende. Like you're like red flag, yeah? Red flag.
But I thought I'm assuming msi akikucall around 8 na akona hiyo tabia inamaanisha hiyo ni red flag juu already unajua chenye anataka, right? Assuming.
And it's okay. Maybe kuna
I think
agreement.
It's a wrong assumption.
No. It could be an agreement. And if you're comfortable with that, it's okay. But if you're talking in the context of somebody you want to do life with, kuna vile, kuna kuanga nao watu.
Because I thought, naweza tetea wasi, because maboys wanajua red flag wanza 4 AM, sindio?
Unadu. But the truth is, maybe kuna hiyo arrangement. And it will work. People have needs.
Yes.
People have needs. But I'm talking of now specifically
filtering.
Life. So kuna vitu, hata ukiona mtu, hata vitu anakuambia, hey, twende Naivasha kesho. I'm like, surely, kesho ujue nafanya nini. Si vibaya, but ni plan. Na kuna ease of times. But kuna vile una filter because you want somebody to fit, especially now because my priorities are different. If it's 10 years ago, Naivasha tutaenda kesho, hata jioni. But right now I'm thinking, kesho maybe niko na PTA ya mtoi, hiyo siku ingine maybe tuko na clinic. You know, there are things. So you have to panga. If someone fits into that, and I'm not saying that you must do ABCD, but ananielewa. And I hope you're talking about especially being a mom, like being in this industry as a mom. It's not the same. Kuna calendar, by the way. 3 months, unaangalia ni siku gani yako available.
No, serious.
That's our green flag. Because if you're able to accommodate me and understand my struggles and the things I'm doing, honestly, it's such a green flag.
Okay.
Yes.
Na how does that reconcile na pia timetable ya huyu mtu mwingine? If someone lazima apange line atoke in 3 months, which akitokea, but then when they show up, it's a good thing that they respect time, which is, I understand that part, but then tunarudi kwa, what if this is a good person, but timetable ina clash? Anaweza chujwa juu ya nakani kama respect.
Ni kuelewana. Maybe, let me give an example. Leo ni Wednesday, yeah?
Wednesday, yes.
Aniambie, unadu nini Friday? Nimwambie, Friday is a bit tricky, but niko free saa 2. Sawa? Unaona? But you see the difference I was saying. Utanipigia 8 ama 9 PM, ndio nataka kuniona saa hiyo. Unaona? But there's always that compromise. Na mkielewana, I think it's a beautiful thing. hata kazi yenyewe with even business meetings mtu hawezi tu kwa akikushtukia kuja sijui saa ngapi saa 5 ya usiku. No, what are you doing on this day, can we have a calendar? Me, that's how I take life, by the way, so that hiyo siku mkimit hata uko relaxed, uko sawa, uko prepared even mentally. Ufikiri mtoi amekula, you know, nataka nikwe a girl that time.
Yes,
na ni enjoy date yangu.
Okay. And I think I was very curious about your idea of what dating is.
Yes.
I learned this rather late.
Yes.
Mimi ni yule msee alitoka ushago nikijua mazee ni kama simba ukipata nini unasema this is who I want. Mazee hata kwa akili yangu tunakuanga tumeoana. I'm like what do you think of and how should you navigate sema kama dem the dating scene? Like are you allowed to sample wase ndio uchague like an election like useme you are the flag bearer, like what is your idea of the dating scene?
Well, things have changed first of all, by the way. Hata saa hii wacha hata your time ati ulitoka ushago, hata ushago saa hii and other areas kuna watu tu anaona huyo mtu na kusema ukweli ndiye ataenda na yeye. But we live in a very different world. Again, I used the example ya Instagram buddies. Unafikiri uko na dem until you scroll Instagram, you're like, hey, huyu pia anakaa poa. Like there's a lot of availability of umesema simba, ukiona hiyo sasa wewe unaona wengi unashindwa guy, no, which one do I go for? But for dating, ideally it's about mutual understanding. Na ukijijua, you'll also know who you need to let in. Hence now the filtering. Is it easy? No. Kwanza, as a mom, kuna my red pill. Yani kuna a group of people who have, even some women who say, if you're a single mom, basically you're damaged goods. Nani atakuangalia? You know, you can't date. Little do they know, like moms are dope. They're responsible, they take care of themselves. Ni vile, maybe hakuna hiyo, like, you know, to jump around. Just because you're a mom does not devalue your, you know, the person you are. You're still a human being and you deserve love. And we've seen people who get married even with 5 kids, even at 50.
Okay. Sasa, and I think sisi tunaweza kuwa tunaongelea story ya dating scene, and I think kuna hate speech akina Butita na YY walikuwa wanasema ya smart joker. There are people who take things serious. Unaona hiyo ya kusema ni huyu na ni huyu. Walikuwa sema at that time ati smart joker kwa life yake as in walikuwa sema smart joker only has sex for reproduction. Na at that time alikuwa anasema he is only, walikuwa anasema kina Butita na YY ati ame have sex mara 2 kwa maisha yake na ako na watoi 2. Do you know how accurate you've got to be?
You have to be very, very accurate.
So say you are who you are now, sindio?
Yes.
If you meet someone else and very serious na tick all the boxes, and they want their own children, like si umekuja umesema terms ni hawa wako na baba yao, sasa mimi nataka kuwa baba ya wangu. So how is that decision making process for you as a woman?
It's very simple. From the very beginning, if I've decided and I desire to have another child, it will happen. But if at the very beginning I know for a fact I don't want other kids, it will be on the table. Nitaambia mtu, by the way, this is my decision. Mimi sitaki watoi wengine. So whether he wants to stay, well and good. Whether he doesn't want to stay, he can walk away.
Can he stay and look for another supplier?
That's no. I mean, I'm not participating in that. It's not realistic. But si aende basi aende na huyo supplier.
Wewe ndio una fit profile. But kitu inatoa tu hesabu ni hata yeye anataka chance ya anataka watoi na utaka. That's a deal breaker.
Basically tumalize familia sasa, to blend yote ya.
Yes.
Ai hapana. If I want, kusema kweli hata itakuwa kwa mpango in the next 2 years tutaenda tutapata katoi maybe kamoja ama tuwili hata
Yes.
kitaka watano like our guest said maybe her desire is to have 5 more, but if I don't want those kids or an extra kid, and
Yes.
let me say categorically, like personally I don't want any more kids, so it's a deal breaker.
Yes.
Ukikuja uniambie sijui nini nataka tu nini nizalie wengine wawili, mimi
Blunder.
the things I've seen.
Before you tell us why, probably it's because of the things you've seen. Before you tell us why, kuna stigma. Is it because of stigma?
Yes.
Yeah. What women face for having children na watu wengine. And please tell me if this solves it.
Okay.
Watu wanasemanga ati for a single mom, your best bet is going back to where the others came from. Is that true?
Mi siwezi fanya hiyo kazi by the way.
No, serious?
Honestly, there are women who are convinced. In fact, they know and they say, staki watoto wangu wakuwe na baba mwingine. Whether he moved on or not, whether he has 5 other children, na nataka mtoi, they'll still go back to that man. It's true, it happens.
Why do you think that is?
It's just a mentality. It's just a mentality. Basically, wanasema staki kumix watoi. Staki kumix, staki huyu hakuwe sisi ametoka wapi. But I think honestly from where I'm standing, it's not a very smart mentality unless again you've agreed with your partner, because it takes two.
Yes.
It's not even partner, huyo mbaba. It takes two. To tango, because can you imagine what damage it probably would be doing to maybe his new family.
Okay.
But kama nyi wote mmeagree, pateni hata 10, hata nyi wote muna exchange hivi.
Okay. Okay. That's good. And then the statistics are not in favor of your gender. Acha niseme hivyo, because that's how we've resorted to addressing each other in the world of today, the other gender. Statistics zinasema I think at over 53% ya madem at the age of 18 to 23 are single mothers, right? That's sealed almost. Kuna ingine tena scary ilikuwa inasema ati at least 60% of Kenyan women by 45 watakuwa single mothers. How do you feel about such generalizations that are backed by science sort of?
It's actually so unfortunate because it's real. In fact, I met some Nigerians who have dubbed Kenya as a fatherless nation. And it's
Nigerians?
Yes, Nigerians. Najua, imagine.
Wanaweza tuongelea hivyo?
Wanatuongelelea hivyo.
Like, ni real Nigerians ama akina wengine?
Real. Ogao.
Yes.
Basically, imagine such a world already deciding that Kenya is a fatherless nation. And that is, to be honest, that's the truth. Reason why, I still don't know. But there's a lot of this thing of kupanda mbegu, a lot of fathers who neglect their kids.
Kupanda mbegu, that's a thing.
Unaenda hapa, mpaka unasikianga. Ushaipatana na mse?
Mpaka iko na sign language.
Ushaipatana na mse, ako 35, anakuambia mi by the way, mi sinanga watoi. Unamuliza hata kuna demashai kupiga kukwambia kona nini na mtoi wako, as if it's so normal.
It's not possible for a 35-year-old akue hana hata sikia.
In this country, it's basically it's unheard of,
It's there either hana sikia ama hana pesa.
Scare. Pesa si kitu. How many people have you seen having kids and hawana kakitu?
Serious?
Lakini
si unajua
new age unapata ati you're 35 and you don't have kids. Hata kuna demashai kupigia simu akwambia kwa nini.
It's not possible.
Literally it is, well.
As in I get where you mean. I get what you mean.
Yes. In fact, it even becomes they're stigmatized. Wanaitwa baba zero, huwezi tuambia kitu juu hauna mtoi mahali, hata kuna kamtu kanafanana na wewe. You know, but it's messed up. It's a very sad statistic, but it is the reality. In fact, when you go even now, when you're talking about that age of 18 to 23, let's not also forget, there are also teen moms. Very many. You're finding 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds with kids. Who is making these kids pregnant? Yeah? And then on top of that, you're finding 35-year-old grandmas because the cycle is repeating itself. But these are real statistics because I work with gender empowerment and gender equality as well. Yeah.
We have 35-year-old grandma.
Yes.
As in, you're a grandma.
Yes.
And you're still a youth. Legally.
Exactly. Basically, ulipata mtoi wako ukiwa say 13 or 14. Mtoi wako akiwa 14, 15 na yeye anapata mtoi. So unakuwa grandma as well. It's actually sad. It's very sad because you say even the people who are making these girls pregnant need to it's adult men. A lot of adult men. And that's a story for another day. We'll talk about now poverty and now this thing. And then now there's the reality of now the grown women between now that age where you mentioned 23 to 28 single moms. And then now we are saying by 45, there will be very many single moms. And that's the reality. The reason why...
That's life.
It's because fathers have chosen not to be in their kids' lives.
Fathers have chosen not to be in their kids' life.
Yes.
Do you factor in the instances? Yeah. Okay, factors come maturity because there are fathers who would wish to be in their children's life.
Yes.
But then frustration from the other end, inafanya, you just have to choose peace because men choose peace over everything.
Hakuna kitu kama hiyo. There's no way
you
can have. No, it's there. That's the reality, but that's not the majority of the reason why. I get what you mean, like history ya baby mamas are crazy, sijui nini.
Your tag kwanza. What do you make of the tag baby mama?
First of all, you're a mama to a baby. It's just an American slang, yeah?
So it's okay.
It's just, baby mama drama, basically, yes. But you see, when a man, in reality, and there's somebody who had asked about interest of a child, yeah?
Yes.
Mtoi akizaliwa hivi, anabakingi na nani?
Na mama yake.
Ufuate huyu mbaba from the minute umemwambia I'm pregnant. Maternity ndio hiyo, imefika, napata mtoi wako. The guy is nowhere to be seen. What piece are we talking about?
I'll take you back to something you said.
Yes.
And I wish everybody can have this on the table, right?
Yes.
You said that when you get to know someone in a relationship, you put all the cards on the table.
Put all the cards on the table. Yes.
There are very many cases of, not to defend irresponsible fathers out there, there are very many cases of people claiming that it's women who have a choice when it comes to kuget mtoto or not, because as a man, kama utaki mtoi na mtoi asha happen, you have to take responsibility.
Yeah, you have to.
Right? But then, where is the choice? Yeah, mi nilisema, staki mtoto, but then we can decide to go ahead, right? Isn't this a deal breaker?
Could be.
Doesn't this mean that the lady made the choice for you, but sort of like sasa unakuwa pressured because according to the law, if you're responsible, you're responsible, but sort of it takes away choice from the man.
Okay, I hear you. Indeed, and it is true, there are women who will go ahead and find a way to get pregnant, even when a man has indicated, I don't want a kid.
Yes.
Those things happen. But unfortunately, according to the law, if the child is yours, and I can see the unfairness of...
No, my eggs were harvested.
Exactly. But the reality is, kama ni mtoi wako, this is the law. You cannot argue with Children's Act. You cannot argue with the Constitution. It's the
Thank you.
Oxymoron.
Thank you.
Ni hapa pa, if you can prove in court, or rather the mom can prove in court, this is the child, kusema ukweli, koti itasema you have to take care of your child.
That is fine.
Yes.
Doesn't that take away the concept of good faith? Yeah, mimi na wewe tunajua. You went against my choice because the law would be on your side. You understand? The law would compel me to take stuff. Again, we are not defending irresponsible fathers, right?
Yes.
But kila mtu akona sababu zake. Sindio? Za mimi sitaki mtoto. Sindio? And when that is taken away from you, sindio? Do you think utakuwa hata na roho ya taking care of the kid if you know the circumstances?
I can see it. I can see how hurtful it can be.
Yes.
But then pia kuna vile nimesikia stories mob unasema sikuwa nataka huo mtoi.
Yes.
Until you actually meet this child, unakangalia unasema kai kana kama mama yangu, acha tu nikale. There's that part, yeah? But then there's also that aspect where some men now, especially in that particular circumstances,
yes,
will be like, enyewe, see, ulini force, do it yourself. And then there's this battle, court, nini. But the reality is, what the law provides is that you have to take 50-50 responsibility. Kabisa. And then, hata wewe, when you are telling this lady, hata wewe, you should have also done, and hence we're going to talk about also men also preventing themselves from getting women pregnant, yeah? Kama you're not trusting her to do what she's supposed to do, amekwambia ako on birth control, and you're not sure. Kuna vile tu, even you strap up, ama pia uende unini.
Sawa. Thank you. Sawa. Then, before we let you go, this idea, conversation, and I think I saw this somewhere.
Yes.
Inasemekana ati advice for men.
Yes.
If you have been in a relationship and then all of a sudden upate mfanye DNA test that proves that the kids are not yours.
Yes.
As a gentleman, you need to raise those children because women go through a lot.
Is that legal or just advice? Is it just in the streets?
Just advice, yes.
I think it's very unfair to put anyone through that. Yeah? Yani unataka mtu ale watoto wako watatu na kabisa unajua si watoi wa huyo msee. I think from where I'm standing, if that happens, I think a man has the right to walk away. Because you see, at the end of the day, when you're being told to pay for child support, why are you being told to pay for child support? Because of particular factors, and I'll name 2. That child is yours biologically. DNA inasema ni wako. Ama ulimuadopt legally na ni wako. So that's a different story. But hiyo story ati mnena DNA unapata watu isi wako. Honestly, I can blame a man walking away from that situation. Unless he chooses to say, okay, I love these kids, nimewalea kama wangu, but it is never the same. You break so much trust, there's so much bitterness, it can never be the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Final word to ladies already when you wamesha kwa single mothers, ndio? Alafu, of course tumeambia girls, if you knew better, you would have made different choices, right? In good faith. So, a word to madem wenye wamekuwa single mothers, how do you navigate the space?
Okay.
And madem hawajakuwa. Advice is not enough, but
Advice
observations they can follow.
Okay. So first of all, when you're lying down with somebody's son, matokeo, it's true.
When you're lying down.
Matokeo, you'd know the consequences. And I'm not negating the fact that there are those other circumstances, like we had said, teenage pregnancies, non-consensual sex, and all those things.
Yeah.
But as we're talking to adult women, if you decide, I'm getting myself in this situation, and there's a chance I'm going to get a child, just protect yourself. There are very many ways of doing it. Use family planning methods, and all those other things we all know, we were taught,
Including tricking God.
Don't trick God. Because if that child is meant to come, na saa zingine, by the way, it also happens. Like I use an example, like with my second born son, I was on full birth control. Na kamtu kalimchaka makamepita
so sio sure bet.
It's never. These things happen.
So your second son is technically Usain Bolt.
Yani alipita. Na naishiva, but he's like that. Alipita nayo. So a few weeks later, I'm like, hey, what's going on? But then also let's not blame single parents, especially single mothers, The minute, I don't think there are many women who go into this situation, especially a situation of a relationship, marriage, or whatever it is now that we'll call it. Akifikiria, after 2 years, nikipata watoi wawili ama after 3 years natoka kwa hii marriage. Anything can happen.
Yes.
The other parent can pass away. The other parent can become insane. These things happen. He can go to prison. Anything can happen for you to be a single parent. So it's not like
as in,
I'm so malicious.
Extreme.
Like, I'm giving all factors.
Yes.
Because I don't think, even me where I am, my wish would be, I would want my babies to have their father. And then the other factors, incompatibility, maybe violence in the house. So the idea is to bring up that child in an environment that works for them.
Yes.
But at the same time, tuache historia, mini single moms, sijui nini. No, have a community around you.
Okay.
Have the uncles, have grandpa, have father figures in and around your children. Okay. Have mother figures in and around your children. These things happen. Okay. Children are a blessing. They will come. If you have an opportunity to, have them when the time is right, then do it.
Okay.
Yes.
Sawa, just a clarification tukifunga.
Okay.
When you say your last born son alipita na contraceptives, as in, is it because of personality like any more aggressive ama akona injury ya vile aliumizwa na coil?
Hata haiko ya coil, by the way. That child, it was a patch, an Evra patch, yeah? Umtoi, he was meant to be here. And you know, birth control is only 99% effective. So you're 1%. Trust me, inaweza.
So your second born is in the top 1%.
Huyo msee akikosa kuwa president.
Yes.
Nitakuwa disappointed.
Itakuwa interesting.
Itakuwa very interesting because it literally I was like this, for 2 years. Until
that would mean that to have successful babies, we should try having children against birth control. Like una keep trying. Maybe. Ndio katuika kitokea, wewe utamake it. Wewe hata una pressure mingi, wewe utakuwa.
Yeah. Let me just say, to have successful babies, whatever environment you find your child in, whether you're a single mother or whether you're a single father, give them a good environment. They didn't ask to be here. We are fully responsible for them. Give them what is best. And sometimes you have to be selfless. Unasema, if this is good for my child, this is what I'm going to do.
Okay.
And then we'll raise a very good and successful generation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sawa. Asante sana. My greatest take home from this episode ni know yourself first, understand yourself in depth, and the other person, it saves you a lot of trouble.
Exactly. And put things on the table.
Put things on the table.
Yes.
Kakamega wanazichoma.